Looking to throw on second down. Eason, and the catch made by Hilton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On 1st and 10, Eason, blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Back to throw. Eason. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Ready.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Flying.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, D. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go play action here on 1st down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
First down, Prescott. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the Colts 9-yard line.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
Switch.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Quick throw going to be caught by Foster. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Oh, this is blocked. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Watch that.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Indy. And even 50 yards.
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Looking to throw. Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, Charlie.
50.
Yep.
55. I know he ain't got it. Check. 50.
Clear. 5.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
We're going 47.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Johnson, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Hey, wahoo! Shoot!
To throw again. Eason. He finds Taylor. Complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, check. Mike 21. Mike 21.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Complete to Hilton.
Don't be scared.
The first down pass. Complete to number 13, T.Y. Hilton. A gain of 9. Brings up 7.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
There. Ready?
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Zoom.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. Check. Mike 55. Mike 55. I can't believe they let you play.
Go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got his man Hilton. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line. On 1st down, Eason. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half, maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
128. Hey.
Now.
Back to throw. Eason. And it's intercepted at the goal line. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Kill.
Kill.
3rd and long for Prescott. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's got room. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go. 480. Here we go. 47. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They come up in an offset eye. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying.
It's caught inside the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready?
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
Hey, orbit.
3 down.
5.
Throwing again. Eason. Steps away to it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Hey. Hey, Echo.
50, Mike, 50. Ready? Hey, no, look up. Hey, we got Mike.
Sit up. Get it.
A final shot before break. Eason going to throw deep for the... And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Myers now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The give to Taylor. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Looking to throw. Eason. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 95.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 10-2 soft.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. I got one.
Hey, foxtrot. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one for Indianapolis resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Watch the run.
He'll pitch it, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Check 43.
On the ground with a tight end. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Haywood.
Operating from the gun. Eason, man open. That's Robert Foster, complete. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Open man here is Foster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football. Now 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting him at this point.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, exit.
55's mine, guys. 55.
Ready.
On 4th down, Eason. He's got it to Hilton. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. He'll let it go deep for Foster, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Robert Foster, 60 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. On 1st and 10, Eason. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A big play there.
Hey, Charlie.
Let him know. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the screen.
Throwing on 1st down. Eason. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Looking to throw. Eason. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Yes. Hey, wahoo! Yo, hit it.
On 4th down, Eason. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing. Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Returnable for Grant. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Hey, zoom, go. Get it.
Back to throw. Eason, he's got a rifle run deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
He'll rifle this one deep right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go. Set. 60 or.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
On first down, Eason. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton there to make the grab. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Undercut.
Now a handoff here to his running back. They find some open field here. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards on the ground. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a handoff looking right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now the dual threat man. This is DJ Foster. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's done.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock. So 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
We're going to 53. No. Check three. Alert three. 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And again this time to the tailback. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh?